Everyone. In the previous session, we had learned about the concept of multiplexing and the types of multiplexing. Two of them we had discussed, that is your frequency domain multiplexing or frequency division multiplexing and wavelength division multiplexing we had learned. So in this session, you will be learning about the concept of time division multiplexing. As you all know, when you are said to be passing any of the information from one end to another end, it will be dependent on the time how the information is being transferred over the line. Okay, if your data is more, if it is, for example, if you are said to be transferring a video from one end to another end, it takes time. But when it is said to be a textual data, it takes less time and reaches faster. Like this way, when the information is being passed not only by one person, when information is being passed by multiple people at a time slots are being provided for each user who are there on the line. So that concept is nothing but your time division multiplexing. Okay, mainly this technique, it is said to be digitalized. Everything the system calculates, okay, this system, it is said to be sending the information at this time, and how much time does it take to the other end to reach, that it will be noted by that particular device. Okay, so here it's a digital technique, as I said, and mainly here it is based on your time, your whole task, it is said to be divided. It is nothing but how much frequency of data can travel in this 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, like that it will be there. And that time slot which is there, it is being there over the physical medium, whichever physical medium you are using, that physical medium, it will be giving the time to that particular user. Several users are there. Those users, it will be given the time to travel over that particular line. Okay, and even the time slot is being provided. Okay, this first task, it has arrived. First task, it will be given the first priority to reach to the other. Second task may be from the second user at that particular time. It uses that time to that particular second user. Third time, okay, this person has come last, so it may be taken later after some time. First one has come, I'll take that. Like that, the time slots are being provided in the time division multiplexing. Okay, and even it is said to be dependent on your capacity, your data rate. As I said, when the information is being traveled, your data also depends. When it is said to be lesser data, it reaches fast. When it is more data, it reaches slow to the other end. But when it is being reached to the destination, it reaches to the destination in a proper way without mixing. It will be making the data to reach to the other end in a faster way. Okay, so this is the diagram of your time division multiplexing. You can check out, you have multiple systems which are there over the sender and the receiver side, and each one is said to be sending their own information. So this is your time slot which is being provided for the devices to reach from one end to another end. Okay, first system first, second system second. It's not like that. Okay, first it has entered, first it will reach one. Second, it may be second, maybe this one also, your third one. The third one may be the second one, like that, based on the time, at what time you are sending the information, that time it will be considered for the data to move from one end to another end. Okay, this time division multiplexing has two types. One is your synchronous TDM, another one is asynchronous TDM. Okay, so synchronous and asynchronous, you can see here, as I said, synchronous means what is the time slots are being provided. Okay, this person, it is entering into the line, only this person can travel over the line, no other person or no other data can enter into the line. Like that, the time slots are being provided. So after execution of the first process, only the second one can get into the line. That is said to be your TDM, okay, like synchronous TDM. And if the device does not have any data, if it is not sending any data, it will be not given any time slot over the line. Okay, only the devices which are said to be busy with sending the information, those it will be provided with the time slot, and all others which are not sending any information, they are said to be left empty. Their time slots are not being considered. okay, while the information is being transferred, okay. And the time slots are organized into frames. Mainly whatever information is being transferred, all the information it will be transferred in the format of frames, one after the other. It will be traveling in the frames only. So even execution of the frame also depends on the time. Okay, if the execution of the first process frame it is taking time, it may consider the second first. Okay, but at the end, the same way the other person, it will be like the receiver, the same data it will be reaching to that particular receiver only, it will not get mixed up. But remember, a waiting concept is there in the synchronous TDM, that it has to wait till the first executes or second executes or third executes. Like this is your synchronous TDM. You can check out all the data, it will be transferred in the frames form. Okay, it may take number of inputs from the 5, and the time slots are also, each frame it will be given 5. So time slots, within that time slot only they will be executed, otherwise it will not get executed. That is your synchronous TDM. Okay, mainly the synchronous TDM, what happens is that amount of the opportunity of the information to travel over the link, it is being provided with certain time only. No other time can be given to that particular link. Once again, the data may have to receive if it gets mixed up. Okay, and the device gets its own fixed order of moving the data from one end to another time in that particular time, and it has only to travel only one byte at a time. And slots, okay, if there are 4 slots or 5 slots, whichever slot, all the slots it will be executed one after the other, and the slots of the some devices go empty. Means what? If they are not having any data to travel over the line, then those slots are being kept empty only in the STDM. Okay, time division multiplexing, this is how happens in the TDM multiplexing. Your information, it will be having its own encoded techniques. Those it will be encoded and it will be traveling over the line one after the other, it will be traveling. So as I said, it's not that this data only travels at a time. It may get mixed up with other data, but while reaching to the destination, it will be in that particular format only, it will be reaching to the destination. You can see here A is being executed, then D, then A, then D, C, A, like that mixed up data it will be there. But while it is said to be reaching to the destination, the demultiplexer, once again, what does it do? It makes the data to travel in that particular order only, it doesn't get mixed up. Okay, that happens in synchronous TDM, but main drawback is that the capacity is not being fully utilized. Means what? If one system is not sending any information, that particular frame it will be left empty only. Means what? It is said to be like the time is wasted for that particular frame without any data when it is traveling. Okay, that is the main disadvantage of the STDM. Okay. Then framing bets, remember your information which is being traveling from one end to another end, it may be having the various information. Okay, when the information is traveling, when it is moving, when it is not moving, it will be 0. When it is moving, it will be set to 1. Not moving, it will be 0. Moving, it will be set to 1. Like that, the frames, it will be sending the information to the other end, that it is processed or not processed. Okay. Then you have the asynchronous TDM. Okay, so this asynchronous TDM, through this example you can check out. Okay, 5 systems are there, 5 inputs, and slots are given only 3. Why? Because the other 2 slots, they may not be busy, that they don't have any data at that time. It will be not provided with the particular frame. Only the frames which are said to be present with the data, those it will be considered, and it will be traveling over the particular medium. Okay, that is asynchronous TDM. And in this asynchronous TDM, it is also called as statistical TDM. Okay, and the time slots are not said to be fixed. Okay, this time, in this time slot only the first one should come, the second one should come, third one should come. As and when it gets processed, as and when its data gets executed, it can move further. Okay, like that it can occupy multiple other capacity data also can travel over the line. Okay, and here it's like it doesn't mean that it will not be providing the slots are less. The slots can be increased as in the data comes into the line. Okay, whenever the data comes over the line, it can send the information from one end to another end easily, and slots are not predefined, rather than slots are allocated with certain amount of information later when it gets over the line. Okay, and this is the framing, how it is being framed. Okay, here also it will be framed in the same order, it gets mixed up, but afterwards when it is reaching to the other end, it will be framed in a proper way. 3 lines sending data, it will be received and it will be sent over the line. 4 lines, it will be sending the 4 lines information over the line. And last framing happens when all the lines are said to be having the data, they can transfer the data over the line. Like this happens and executes over the line. This is the synchronous and asynchronous TDM. It will not wait asynchronous, but synchronous has to wait for its execution. Okay, so in this session you have learnt about the concept of synchronous and asynchronous TDMs. Okay, thank you.